I just watched the Rise of, I mean, not the Rise and Fall of WCW. Who Killed WCW? I just binge watched all those episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. You know,
I'm gonna tell you what
sometimes
you didn't do. What you didn't watch was Ready to Rumble. Remember we talked about this, and you still
yeah,
haven't watched it.
I've seen it's been on. I just
No,
gotta.
you keep saying it's been on. It's probably
I watched it before. It's just I haven't watched it in a while.
I didn't say the agreement was if you watch it again, then I was going to watch an episode of your choosing of
Dark
Dark
Side
Side of the Ring. That's right, and you have yet. It's been on Tubi for all this time, and
So
yet,
if I pick the, nah, see those are too dark. I can't. It's I if I pick the Pillman episode, that's not too. It's dark, but you know the story.
yeah, I mean that's not okay.
It's a good heartfelt story with
All right.
Brian Pillman Jr.
And so is Ready to Rumble about Jimmy the King and and Gordy and all this other stuff. So
That's where David Arquette's in, right?
yes, of course, they were former WCW World Champion, and the red light is on. We are waiting for the other brothers to show up, but today is a very special day because Brian H, my good friend, my good brother, we got to address the elephant
Back how
in the
we
room.
started.
This is we gotta. I think are we on the right side? It's usually on this side, right? Is this right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So this is not used to it. We gotta address the elephant in the room, and today is the day. We've been avoiding it. We've been putting it off. We've been staying non-committal to either side, but we have to finally address the question in the room: has WWE lost its way? We got to get into all that and more, but we have a very, very, very special guest with us today. Is because he is going to be joining us. Blue from For Your Wear is going to be with us to tell us about his newest project, his latest show that he has brought to the masses, the Brainbuster Battle Royal. And guess what? Guess who was selected to be one of the 14 participants on this show? We're going to get into all that and more. So buckle your seatbelts because this might be a controversial episode. It might not, but it's only one way to find out. So let's get it.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yes! What you gonna do? 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 What you gonna do?
Welcome to the Wrestling Rub Now podcast, where we take a deeper dive into the world of professional wrestling. Now, I'm your host, yours truly, the big man, the realness himself, the Wayne Allen. I am in the building, and he is your host, who will be joining us later, Mr. Super Producer, Brother Hugh has the third A to the A to the S, T to the H to the E, 3 to the R to the D will be in the building, and he is your host. I'm assuming he'll be here, not just any guy, but Brandon, the guy. I'm assuming we'll be in the building today. And he is your host, the man, the myth, the heart and soul, and his new name, Big OG, still here in 2025, on to 2026. Brian H. Waters is in the building. You see how I slid that in there? I had to catch it while you were not paying attention, doing something producer or social media work. But welcome to the Wrestling Realm Now podcast. We are back for another special episode. We got a lot to talk about tonight, Brian H. We have to address the elephant in the room. A lot of controversy. You have been very vocal about this, and we have a very special guest with us to talk about his new show. But before we get to that, we got to get into a few logistics. But first and foremost, let me ask you, sir, how are you doing? You've interviewed some people. I think they've dated you, but I just listen. Young boy better learn quick, man. You ain't as you know what I'm saying. You ain't as mature as you look. What's going on, man? How you feeling,
man? I think I'm okay. I think I might have to hit one of these stores and get the Just for Men.
I told you when Kaz was on the show on Mello's podcast, and what did who's
Fat Joe?
Fat Joe was like, come on, man, we gotta get them braids out of the beard, man. We don't gotta be old, man. We gotta get this figured out. But Come on, man. What's
the
the
next thing I
word?
know, I popped up one day at work. I'm like, you, oh shit, and I was like, all right, I said, okay, cool. And then he's like, yeah, bro, Fat Joe got me, bro, and I said,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Get them grays out of that beard, bro.
I think my dad would find that funny. He's like, but you start that, you have to keep doing this. And golly, oh my bad.
That's all right. Don't even
I
worry
was
about it.
watching. I turned on. I got Raw on.
Oh
You know
boy,
who people slept on?
who's that?
Ryan Shamrock.
Anyway, moving on. We are here because we have to do a very important
I didn't
job.
realize that was really Kid Shamrock's girlfriend at the time. That's
Yeah,
so
isn't that
weird.
awkward? A little bit, right? That era was a lot of rules that were being broken, but it is okay. It's because tonight we have been the ultimate rule breakers for a long time. The wrestling room has been around for quite some time, and I swear it feels like we're just getting started, and we haven't even done half the stuff we really, really want to do. And I feel like we're going to do everything in our power before it's all said and
15
done.
Loading.
That's what I'm saying. Woof, man, good Lord.
Yeah.
We've been talking about wrestling for a long time. And like I said, look at us. We're still doing this. Brian Nix is going to knock some of that gray out of his beard. And we're going to keep this rolling so he doesn't get dated. But he had to make a pit stop. Brian H was recently a special guest on a very certain show to discuss the origins of the wrestling realm and some of the controversy that we're going to get into tonight. See, in our younger years, we used to be really, really controversial. We've gotten much more mature as far as our public relations behavior and about the conversations that we have now. But I think tonight we might go back to the young wrestling realm years. But before we do that, Brian, tell the people about your special appearance on a recent show that told the world about the wrestling realm and how that got you your most famous job working for the mouse, the big Disney. I almost said something else. I just
Well,
I don't take answers from nobody.
Recently, I had the pleasure to join a good friend, fellow Morgan State alum, also fellow ESPN alum, Simone Benson, or Simone Ashley it's Simone Benson, but you can follow her _Simone Ashley _Ashley LEI on Instagram and Threads. But I had the honor to join her, and the title of the show, season 2, episode 3, she titled it Dreams in Motion Turning Passions, and it's literally where I discuss, because the title of the podcast is called My Why, and why do you do this? So I got a chance to discuss, taking what many people may deem a hobby. Oh, excuse me. You know what, Dwayne? I'm gonna say it like they used to tell us.
Uh-oh.
Warning: hit the beeps if you got kids listening.
Children, please close your ears.
Our little wrestling shit.
Respect the back.
Yeah, so how I see your little wrestling shit. What is that? So yeah, we talked about that, and just definitely go into the origin of the realm. Even when we made that, I don't even want to call it a pit stop. I want to call it a life redirection.
That's
you know where I'm going with this.
I know you
know
are.
where
This is I'm cringing right now, but okay.
A life redirection down to the home of many of Starcades, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh boy.
Where the wrestling realm was absolutely validated.
Yes.
And
Probably
people
the first time. I don't know if that was for you, but for me, I was like, hey, wait a minute.
I mean, amongst
outside
peers,
of my relatives. Yeah.
Yeah, because and outside of not in the wrestling spaces. Because here we was at Morgan State, people, oh man, there y'all go, talking to wrestling. This, that, and the other. Oh, but let me hold the belt. I want to see, is it real?
They always wanted to hold the belt.
Right. But then, we went to North Carolina, and they was like, oh, y'all like wrestling? And see, I was okay, but see, the realness, he all 6'8". As a good friend of ours, used to call him Big Sexy. So he
I saw him not too long ago at Rural Farms. He lives in this area. Just put it out there. Sorry.
So he goes in and owns the place, and they was like, oh, so wait, you like wrestling? Yeah, so, I mentioned that, but I'm going to show y'all just a quick clip on how the wrestling realm actually got me hired at y'all's favorite network.
Buckle up.
My interview at ESPN in person, they call the car wash, where they fly you up, rent you a car, rent you a hotel, and then they want to basically see, okay, are you worth it? Do you know how to govern yourself?
Yeah.
And when I told the lady who would become one of my direct reports, she was like, "Wait, you got a wrestling show? Let me see." And boom, showed it on YouTube. And I remember going to the hotel room that night. I said, "Yo, Dwayne, yo, our show really worked."
Did you interview at Bristol?
Yes. Yeah, I really
Wow.
called the realness that night.
No, he did. I can verify for that. Like I knew that to be very, very true.
Also, y'all can check out because he mentioned we got Blue on the great CEO of ForYourWear.com. So you see that shirt I had on there, the Breaking Through Glass Ceiling shirt. You can get one on ForYourWear.com, as well as the shirt that I got on right now that features all of your favorite black wrestlers.
Man, hey brother guy. So it's we're talking about Brian is just talking about his appearance on his recent appearance about how telling a story about how his job at the Realm got him hired at ESPN. Yeah, it's the crazy part is I can verify that. You called me and I was like, "Are you serious, bro?" And I was like, Are you sure?"
I told you.
Brian is one thing Brian has always done. Brian has always believed in our stuff, no matter how it looked. Me, I was always like, "Hey, man, that's I don't think it's industry standard." That's always been my problem, waiting for perfection. That's why I don't have nothing now.
As much as I hate the term, "Yo, ain't nobody doing it like us," ain't nobody doing it. That was the truth back then.
Yeah, because nobody was doing a video show. A podcast was barely a thing because because the technology wasn't widely available to everybody.
Take that, Miss Valentine.
Yes, Oh, you name dropped. Okay. She went back to producing television too, by the way.
You said we breaking rules tonight. So
no, listen, we are definitely breaking rules. We're going back to our
breaking the rule that I stole 5 weeks ago too.
Okay, well, listen, we were in because is it 5 weeks? It's been 5 weeks.
It's gonna be tonight.
Yeah, tonight is gonna be another one of those shows.
His non-compete clause is over.
Oh yeah, I think he is broke.
Said at the beginning of the show, we breaking rules. And he said we breaking rules. God dang it, I'm breaking rules.
This is about to get insane, brother guy. Yeah.
This is about to get wild.
Oh yeah, it's already right. People are already like watching, like waiting for it, and it's probably be insane. But before we do that,
we had Topanga and Trish Stratus on the same screen this week.
Oh my gosh. I had to watch what I was about to say. I had to catch myself.
Stop thinking.
And Natalia just dropped the best wrestling book. Top wrestling book in history. Top 5 wrestling book in history. So.
That's big from you because you're a wrestling book kind of guy. Yeah. Brian is trying to get me to read books, but when there's not pictures,
I gave you Shawn Michaels.
I still have it.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels only read Chris Jericho's book. It's only been Chris Jericho. That's because it's Jericho.
Shame on you, the guy. It's Chris Irvine. That's your guy.
Yeah, that's the only one I've read.
But Brian is like,
but I had to kick him out of top 5 after Natalia.
Wow, but he was there though, right? He was there. He got edged out.
Oh yeah, the first one.
Okay.
Or the second one of them.
Well, listen,
bad. I'm being disruptive.
No, it's fine. It's
okay.
I already told you sit in the corner once today.
It's the spirit. It's the spirit of what's going on right now. But in that same spirit, we have a new disruptor to this space. We have a good friend of ours who is no stranger to the show. Blue from For Your Wear has come up with an amazing idea. Not too long ago, a while ago, I got a call, I got a text, and he's like, "Hey brother, listen, I got this new project I'm working on, this new concept. I wanted to run it past you, see what you think. And if I want to extend an invite to you to be a part of the show." And I'm like, "Sure, what you got? What are you thinking about?" And he's like, "Listen, it's going to be a 14 competitor 3-round battle royal, right? And it's going to be wrestling trivia, not just across one board, but across every platform of professional wrestling. And not only is the trivia going to revolve around the platform, but the speed of it." And I was like, "Bro, this is the wrestling game show I've been waiting to see and be a part of for such a long time." And Blue has taken this very ambitious step to bring this to life. So joining us to tell us a little bit more about his new show, the Brain Buster Battle Royal, we are bringing in Blue from For Your Wear to let us know and explain to us a little bit more about this new concept that he has that I'm excited to be a part of, that I'm telling you right now, if you better bet on realness, because I'm going all the way to the top. I'm going to win it. Flip a coin, it's going to be me. But ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome Blue to the show. Brother, thank you for coming on to the Wrestle Realm and joining us, man. We're going to give you a nice round of applause. Thanks for showing up.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, man.
Last time I was here, I had short hair.
No, you definitely
That
did
was
though. Hold on, that wasn't good enough. Man. That wasn't good enough. This is better. There we go. We got to give you a better round of applause. It's been a while.
Dreads.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while, man. How you been?
Been good, man. Good, man. How you guys been?
Man, we've been good, man. The question is, what in the world have you been up to? Is because when you first brought this concept to me, this idea, this brain buster. Oops, I say my battle royal over here just kind of got disrupted. This brain buster battle royal. I was like, wait a minute, why is somebody not doing this at this level? You know what I mean? We've had wrestling trivia shows, right? But I mean, the presentation, the branding of it, your entire channel. This is kind of like a new venture for you, man. You've been in this space for a long time. You know, you've been in the podcast space. You've been a wrestling fan. You've seen it all. You're no stranger to the space, especially you know, when you expanded your brand to 4 year wear and you started to design actual wrestling gear for you know, for wrestlers that needed, you know, someone to produce merch for them, right? It was such, your ambition is no short of what we've all experienced, but this was just a whole different animal. And I was like, I was floored away when I heard about this opportunity, and I couldn't wait to be a part of it. But like I said, I'm fawning over the concept. But listen, for those that may not know exactly what's going on and what you have with the Brain Buster Battle Royal by 4 year wear, please tell the world, first of all, who may not be familiar with you. I'm sure it's not that many, but for those that may not know you, who you are, what you've been doing, your background, and tell us this concept of this show. And afterwards, I'm going to explain to you 30 seconds why I'm going to be the winner and I should have some type of Brainbuster Battle Royal Championship cup and belt. Not one or the other. See, most people just get one or the other. I want both, like I'm in Japan. But go ahead, brother. Tell the people. Talk to the people.
All right. So, yeah, like I said, it's been like almost 2 years that I've been up here. I always watch you guys, as always, support you guys, as always. I've been working on For Your Wear those past couple of years. For Your just hit 4 years this year. I think it's
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So it hits like 4 years this year. I want to say 3. I'll say 3. But yeah, so I've been working on that, and then honestly, Brainbuster Battle Royal has been a concept back from the Mixed Tag Show days. So it was one of those things where, you know, we was doing the skits, we were doing the fantasy draft, like we was doing all this stuff, and then, you know, I was like, you know, we should probably do a trivia show, and it was just like, we'll get around to it, and we never did. So this time around, I don't know how it was for you guys, but for 2025 today, 2025 for me was like one of the worst years and I've been dealing with. Brother. So like during some depression time after losing my uncle and dealing with some other loss of my brother-in-law, I had to think about, I kind of like, I don't want to say abandoned, but I was like on autopilot when it came to 4 year wear. So I wasn't really on social medias like that. I was just handling orders in the background and just keeping it moving. And after a while, I was like, I got to snap out of this depression, and I need a new way to promote 4 year wear. So I was like, all right, what's the best way to start having 4 year wear name pop up all over the place again? So I was like, how about the trivia show you had, that idea you had? So I was like, I bet. So then from there, I just started mapping out Brainbuster Battle Royal. So like in one night, literally, I just sat down and come up with the graphics, the concept, how many contestants, how many rounds. I just did everything in one night. I don't know, like it just a spur in the moment. And when it gets, I know you guys have the same feeling when you're doing something creative, and then it just that inspiration hits you, and it's just like, all right, and it just starts snowballing, like going. So that's what happened with Brainbuster Battle Royal. And I was like, all right. I also wanted to make sure that I recorded it, just to make sure that everything went pretty well. And I'm glad that you guys, you know, had a chance to enjoy it. When you get a chance to enjoy it, we've been doing, you know, episodes here and there. Tomorrow night is gonna be Dan versus Nate. Dan is my graphic designer over at 4 Year Wear, and he'll be going against Nate, who's a fan that I found on Facebook. So the contestants are like fans, podcasters, wrestling fans in general. You're just wrestling fans. Oh, everybody's just wrestling fans. You know what I mean? From all walks of life. So that's the episode that's dropping tomorrow. And then this Sunday is going to be the feature of Dwayne Allen, the realness, versus DJ Nels. So this is going to be the last matchup in a sense before we go to the Will of Fate. And this was one of the hottest episodes. Like this went down to like, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but you don't want to miss this episode because this is one of the hottest episodes that we recorded. So that's why I was chosen to close off the 1-on-1, the 1v1s before we head into Will of Fate. So make sure you tune in every Sunday and Thursday, 8:30 on Twitch and on YouTube at Brainbuster Battle Royal.
Well, god dang, give him a hand for ladies and gentlemen. Save
Yeah,
that
man.
episode for the last man. Listen, I like to make a pitch, right? If there's one thing I have, it's competitive trap, Blue. And you, my friend, you brought that out of me. I didn't think I could compete at this level. I was like, this is a Brian H kind of thing. I don't know if I can. The speed of this was like, did he mean to ask me? I said, and I had to double. I said, Brian H probably turned it down and said, I'm not available. Ask the realness. But he was like, no, this is the thing. So I was honored to be a part of it. And for to hear you say that my episode was the one that went on last as we wrap up the getting into the first rounds and then moving into the second round. Man, we have a preview of that episode. Can we give the people, I'm going to ask you permission live on the air to show the folks the intensity of what this show looks like. I'm trying to tell you, this is one of the funnest things I've ever been a part of, and you will not be disappointed with the results. I know I wasn't. Just you might as well give me a crown with something on it, and then I cannot wait until you see exactly how this particular episode's end. But Blue, do we have permission? Can I show the clip it?
Go ahead, man.
You made a teaser. Are you gonna let us rip it?
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts, because now you're going to see just a quick 1-minute clip of what the Brain Buster Battle Royal looks like, especially with yours truly, the realness on it. Here we go.
Dwayne Lee's trying to force it to get around 3. Mel's trying to play catch up. Here's your next question.
Here we go.
Which New Japan Pro Wrestler nickname is Cold Skull?
Realness.
Is
it Seiya Sonata?
Sonata is correct.
Oh
He
my
forced
gosh.
to round 3.
The Bone Soldier.
Nowhere.
I knew New Japan would save me one day.
Hey, I was
My
trying
mama
to
was
kick out
wrong.
that too, man, but I couldn't help it.
Yo, you tried, man. All right, guys. All right, here's the next question.
And that's how we're going to give you. You want to go see
New
the
Japan
rest.
question for you, of course.
Listen to me. Listen
Man,
to
it
me.
be a long answer. I just need you to. I was like, oh yeah, he got this one.
I'm going to say this has got to be the most intense level of wrestling trivia I have ever been a part of. I mean, the questions, Blue, you had were absolutely phenomenal, and they were no softballs. He might have gave us like 1 or 2 towards the end. This is because the things got that intense as far as 2 wrestling fans going toe to toe. And not only are we trying to compete with each other to move to the next round to be finally crowned as the king and or queen of the Brainbuster Battle Royal, but we educated the masters and the masses of who may not have been familiar with some of the things that we have talked about. And now it's like, this is what I'm talking about. We can have fun, we can compete, and we can educate the people, which is what the wrestling realm is all about. So if you want to go back and you want to see all the episodes that have aired so far in round 1, because they're still in round 1. Am I correct in saying that, Blue? Okay. This is just to give you an image of how beautiful this logo is. Head over to the Brainbuster Battle Royal YouTube channel and you can catch up on all that stuff. I'm trying to tell you, you better watch everything you can now, and then watch the latest episodes coming out, and then watch my episode with DJ Nails. It is going to be the most intense battle that you have ever seen. Blue, you're just getting started, man. I think you have a great concept, and man, I have been more than happy to be a part of this, even though it was rigged for me to win from the very beginning. I owe you a check. I will write you if I do get an endorsement.
Stay on the air, man.
If I get a check from any of the organizations, I will for sure bring you up, and I will, listen, Blue is responsible for putting my knowledge in front of everybody. But
that's crazy. I'm glad you enjoy it, because I've been on this promo run. I've come to, I guess, agree that next season is gonna be a little bit different, because everybody I did the promo one with like, yo, I wish I was a part of it. I was a part of it. So it looks like season 2 is gonna be pod versus pod.
Oh, now we cooking with hot grease.
And the crazy thing is, even though it's pod versus pod, it's gonna be a New Day rule, where anybody from the pod could pop up on anybody. So you don't know who you're going against. You just want to see
rules.
Yeah, no, not Freebird. New Day rule.
I did that on purpose.
Brothers.
New Day
Which
rule.
new day? Wait a
So,
minute. Which new day? 2-man or 3-man?
see, the three, whoever's on the pod, the 3-man, whoever shows up, I don't even know who's gonna show up that night. They go against whoever, and I feel like that's gonna be very interesting. So that's the next thing I'm starting to build up. I'm already planning for season 2, and that's gonna be amazing. But yeah, season 1 definitely tune in. It's some fun in there, man. It's gonna get more intense as the rounds go to the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and to the finals. It's just like, how do we get here?
Yeah,
So real quick
yeah.
about the Wheel of Fate. The Wheel of Fate is basically so all the losers from round 1 will be put on the Wheel of Fate. Because I usually with a tournament style is usually 16 contestants. I only had 14, so I wanted to fill in that last slot going into the quarterfinals. And I didn't want to give no buys. So with the Wheel of Fate, is basically is all the losers will go on the wheel, and then I'm gonna spin the wheel. And then every time the wheel lands on the name, that name is eliminated. So you have no chance anymore in the tournament to be down to the final one, and then that final name will be going into the quarterfinals. So I just try to throw different. I try to throw different curveballs throughout the tournament, just so it could be very interesting.
No, that's it's first of all, it's insane that you get a second chance, but it's like sudden death chance. Like, okay, look, even if you lose, you got a chance, and then it's like this death elimination where if it spins, you're done.
Yeah,
but it's definitely a fun concept, man, and definitely, I want to congratulate you again. Like I said, I know sometimes when you go through a lot, it's not always easy to bounce back and kind of find that same motor and that same mojo to press forward. So I definitely want to commend you for commend you for doing something about it. You know what I mean? A lot of people do fall into depression, and I think one of the most intense things I've ever heard I've heard of on a TV show that it was a fictional situation, but the statements always ring true. When a guy said, "Listen, it's okay for you to drift away, but just don't stay there. Always come back."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And like I said, I definitely applaud you for what you've done. I think you've got a hit on your hands, man. This is amazing. The mixed tag pod was one thing. This is a whole different animal, man. And like I said, man, I definitely appreciate the opportunity to be a part of the show. And hopefully, I can come back on this show, a winner. You know what I mean? And maybe have a trophy and or belt. Who knows? I don't know.
Listen, the one that gets a belt. I don't know why you said the trophy
because
the
I
one
feel
that gets
like,
a belt.
Think about it. My life was
I don't
saved.
have money. We're not sponsored yet. I could just get a belt.
This is the second time you're giving out belts.
Listen to me, Blue.
Yeah, see,
my life
belts with the draft.
My life was saved on New Japan questions. Okay, like it was. I was almost done in that clip. Did you see that clip? You know how intense that was. I remember that moment. I was like, bro. So I feel like we need a cup. I'm talking about not just the regular. I mean, one that stands up, like as tall as me. Like I need a U-Haul to ship it back to my place of residence. But it's just a suggestion. I know we're just getting started, and I'm getting ahead of myself. But
Realness,
that's
if you will, let me talk to you.
Uh-oh.
And I'm gonna do this without stuttering. Let me put over my brother real quick, because what the people need to know is how Blue brings the community together, right?
He does.
During post-pandemic-esque, we had the tournament, the factions group, and I'm still mad at Britt Waters for convincing me to draft Bianca Belair first over Roman Reigns when Roman was appearing 30 times on the show, and also for convincing me to draft Cesaro just because he had Roman's first title shot after WrestleMania 37. But that's a different story. But Blue brought the whole community together. Then this brother also, as you can see right there in the corner, lower third, owner of FUW, For Your Wear. He saw a need for wrestlers because they were getting ripped off. He ain't say this. I'm saying it. So
put the disclaimer out there.
They were getting ripped off from other companies.
Who's the company?
And Pro Wrestling Tees. And Blue decided.
What a maneuver.
Oh yeah, what a maneuver! Whoa, see that was forgotten about because they were horrible.
Yeah, but they decided Black Lives didn't matter, and I was like, okay, let's find out.
Yikes!
But Blue said, you know what? Because here's what happens: everybody gets behind the keyboards or they grab their phones and they complain. But Blue said, well, you know what? Let's do something about it. And he put his money where his mouth was, and dare say the wrestling club was made notable because of For Your Wear. Now, he's not going to take fully responsible for that. No. But we saw their merch on WWE television. on
Yep.
Cody Rhodes' back.
Yeah.
You take that. You also look at what he's done. Like I said, just allowing the wrestlers to have a platform to sell their merch and get profits. Spoiler alert. I got merchandise on there, and the checks was good. Now, people got some shirts, I can get more checks. Christmas time coming up. So I want to say that he did his thing, and also just helping the people. Bringing, like I said, bringing everybody together, putting his money where his mouth is. Open up for your wear, and being able to see people have a place where they can have their merchandise housed and be able to make some money doing what they love. You know what I mean? Because the wrestlers, it's hard to move t-shirts sometimes.
Especially
and
nowadays.
This brother was sitting up there working hard like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, around the clock, hands on, boots on the ground. So I want to make sure
you
that
really did that.
everybody
No,
knows.
boots on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make sure everybody get his. Make sure he get his flowers.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey man, we appreciate you, bro. It don't get said enough, I know, but I want to make sure that people know.
And it's part of, and it's what you say about bringing the community together. That's also the other side of bringing us the battle royal, right? It's like there's always the tribalism and this and that and the third, and then sometimes on the socials you lose the fun of wrestling, right? So I feel like with the tournament and like even with the so I'll be seeing it on TikTok with some of the comments, people are chiming in. It's fun, trying to guess the trivias. It's a fun way of doing things. Like we don't always have to be competing for companies that's like whatever. We got throwback questions from the 80s, the 90s, New Japan, TNA. Like there's a lot of wrestling of knowledge out there. They just make it fun to try to remember, to see what you remember from back then.
I think it was a couple of merchandise questions too. Huh? Come on now. You hear what he said? He said Stampede Wrestling. He might. I don't know.
I've been in the heart rabbit hole, man.
I didn't. I didn't.
Because I know Blues are Shawn Michaels guy. That's why I asked.
There you go. He's being a heel
but
again.
I appreciate Brett though. I appreciate the heart fact. I do appreciate the other side of it. I do appreciate it.
No, I like both of them. Finally, Shawn Michaels
he's
my guy.
He's friends with Shawn. He talked to Shawn Michaels 3 or 4 times.
Oh, now Shawn's your guy.
Hey man, he asked me how my day was.
He's a cool
he said,
guy.
How many of these podcasts you do a day? I said, man, it's a lot. He said, we run a tight ship down here, and I got good people that work here. And like his best friend.
Ever since you hear that, you hear what you said? His best friend. Now all of a sudden, like I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. I'm gonna tell you how bad it was. Blue. He didn't even ask Shawn Michaels his question. He was going to ask him about. He was going to ask him a question originally about his Instagram Explore page, and it was he joking. The question got jokingly asked, and the answer was enough for him to say, "It's okay. I'm going to leave it alone." Because all of a sudden, him and Shawn Michaels are best. He's like, "Okay." He's like, "Yeah, man. So listen, man. You got all these fine ladies in NXT, man. What's up with your Instagram Explore page?" And Shawn Michaels. He's like, man, I don't know too much about Internet Explorer these days, but I don't know. And at that point, it was like, okay, let's just leave Shawn Michaels alone.
That was on Kaz. I ain't taking credit for that one. That was
Kaz did ask, but y'all discussed it though, because you was going to. It was discussed. He said, he literally said, I don't know too much about Internet Explorer. It's like y'all leave Shawn Michaels alone. He doesn't know what y'all got to
talk. He said he
doesn't run
cool.
his account. He doesn't know what's going on.
Really, he doesn't.
Mello said he had to tell him like, Shawn, you was the epitome of cool back in the day. Vaughn Chill.
I wish he never cut his hair, but it's okay. But this is about
shout out to Matt and Vaughn in the chat.
Okay, yeah. Let me see if we got any more. Yeah, okay, yeah, we got plenty of comments in here. So yeah, definitely shout out. Thank you for everybody who's joined us, by the way. I know you're here. They're here for the controversy, Blue. Usually people don't come in this early because we kind of go late, but they know what tonight's show is about. But since you were so gracious enough to come in, and one, allow your boy to be a part of your platform in this new venture that you're on, which I think is absolutely stupendous. You might as well kick it with us just for a few more minutes while we discuss the elephant in the room. I've said elephant in the room like 10 times already before the show started.
Boy.
Yeah, buckle your seat, brother guy. Because this is we have quite a few opinionated brothers on the show, and everybody has such a different perspective. And I like stirring the Kool-Aid pot. It's because the sugar is so sweet, but it's dangerous. It's dangerous, right?
Y'all want me here for this one?
Realness, while you're talking, could you put up the graphic for the show just so people know?
You know the crazy part is,
I think you. Oh, you don't have it up?
No, I can. I gotta. I don't think I
you
can.
talking about elephant
No,
in the room.
I'll put it.
This
Yeah,
is literally this is not the
yeah.
elephant in the room. This is the elephant in your mind. Like,
It's a conversation. It's a topic that we have not always openly discussed. And I think it's hilarious that Blue is here because Blue is not necessarily a WWE guy. He has very strong opinions about the product. And I literally said, "Oh, this would be perfect for him to be on if he decides to stick around with us." I said because he's
Y'all
going
sure
to
y'all
have
be here?
he's going to have a few choice words as well. But it's okay is because the more perspectives, the better. We have to discuss, has WWE lost its way? I'm going to put up there in a second. I'm going to let it rip. But it's we have been talking about this for a while, and we have been listening to it, and we've been we've been talking about it, kind of taboo. Brian H has been on his best behavior. He has been he was on a 4 or 5 week behavior ban where he was not allowed to say anything disrespectful about the booking of Triple H and what he prefers. And now we've gotten to the point where the gloves are off. This is some old school, history lesson. When the wrestling room started, we did and said whatever we wanted to, even to the point that when we did our first show, Brian H had to say cut and we had to do another take. That's the tone in which we set up for the rest of the room. So we had discussed this. Has WWE lost its way? This is something, yeah. Most people, like Brother Guy said, this is what's in your head, but you're not afraid to say it out loud. So we're going to do you all a favor. We know you guys can hide behind your keyboards. You might as well just let us cook and let's talk about it. I'm Positive Pete. I'm going to say some things because I know for a fact I've got 3 guys with me right now. See, Brother Hugh's not with us right now, but I got 3 guys on this show that has some strong opinions about the new direction of WWE for a lot of different reasons. But it stems from this quote that we have from TKO president, which says, "We need to take the torch and move past PLEs created by Vince McMahon." I think for a lot of people that might have been the final straw, but to me, it's a symbol. It's a symbol of a bigger conversation that we have been all quietly having amongst each other as fans. And guess what? We're going to be a little controversial and bring it to the airwaves. Goodness gracious, Blue. I'm just going to start with you, my friend. You're the guest on the show. You're the guest of honor, right? Yes, you're the guest of honor. You're like family. You're family to us. And we know if anybody's not going to baby WWE right now, it's going to be you. Talk about it. Where are we right now as far as the WWE's place in pro wrestling? I'm asking this because let me just preference the conversation amongst the community. And I don't know how big this is. It may not be the majority, but amongst the community, there's this conversation of, hey, things are different. Things are not going to where they're supposed to go. The industry seems down right now. There's rumors of business not being what is expected. I'm not going to say they're not making any money, but it's not to the numbers that are previously, I guess, anticipated and or expected. So there's rumblings going on, right? Hey, this era starting to flatten out. This era is starting to be boring. There's starting to be up and down. Like the way we consume wrestling before is not being allowed to do that. The long drawn out days of storylines, when we were kind of on the hook each week, are kind of gone. And it's like people are losing their patience with what they're experiencing right now. So with that being said, the $1 million question is, has WWE lost its way? Was the way that Vince McMahon ran his industry for so long the way it should have been, despite maybe one guy's opinion being the pinnacle of creative? Or in this new format where it's more of a corporate entity that's passed down and there may be some restrictions and some things that are involved, has crippled the creative aspect that have fans going, I don't feel like I have to stick around for this right now because I can come back to it later. But let's just start the conversation, Blue. Let's start with you, my good friend. Has the WWE lost its way? Here it comes, everybody.
I'll answer your question for question. Has America lost its way? I say that because I'm probably the last person to discuss this. I watch the product from afar. I don't tune in every week. I pick up what I can from the socials.
You want to tell us why? Do you want to tell us why you don't?
I've said this on the show before, but I stopped watching WWE around Big E's reign. Like I wasn't a fan of how they handled Big E's reign. It was like I still felt the way about coming off Kofi's reign and Bobby Lashley's reign, and it was just like something became a pattern when it came to black wrestlers being champions, and I wasn't a fan of it. And it was just one of the things like, all right, if I don't like it, why am I still watching it? Like, because at a point it seems like I was just watching it just to watch it because that's what I'm used to doing, right? So after a while, I was just like, I can't do this anymore. So from time to time, I still check in. I check in on wrestlers that I like. I try to watch some of the PLEs that they call them now, as PLEs, from time to time. But just watching it from afar, it seems like WWE has turned into. It's always been a corporation, right? It's always been a company.
Mhm.
It's turned into a storyline about being a corporation and all that things and that and the third. But like it feels as if as the new owners has taken new corporation literal in sense of they're thinking more about themselves as opposed to thinking about the audience that's watching. Because to them, it feels like to them that this is not the audience they want to watch anyway because it's not bringing them enough money. Like I've seen quotes, tell me if I'm wrong or not, where they're saying that they're no longer trying to be a family show, they just want to be a great show or something like that along the lines. And we've always known WWE to be a family show because that's the show that you take your kids to. You know, when you introduce somebody to wrestling, you bring them to a WWE show. We discussed this offline. Like our kids, for the most part, prefer WWE product versus AEW product because AEW product is a little bit too risque. It's kind of like AEW's product is kind of like back in the day what Raw was for us when our parents didn't know what was happening, but we probably shouldn't have been watching. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
My
that kind
dad
of
was
product.
not happy. I can vouch for
Yeah,
that.
so like WWE's always been even though if it's not always been PG, but it's always been the family show in a sense in the recent years. So for you to say that that's not your target audience anymore, and if you're looking to go the same route as your other companies, as in MMA, they're usually looking for more high profile audience. But I don't follow MMA like that, but I'm pretty sure your audience is not as strong as it used to be anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like
only in live attendance apparently.
right. So it's just like, what are
It's
you
an
aiming for?
experience.
You want to make the same mistakes again on the other end of it? Like, like I'm not understanding. Why would you want to push out a fan base that's already there for you? Like you bought into this fan base. Like it's not like you came and you create like this fan base was already here for you. And now you're trying to outprice them. It's wild because you're not only outpricing the family, you're outpricing your neighbors. You're outpricing people that's helping your company afloat. So has it lost its way? I don't know how far it's gone because again, I'm not the person to speak on it, but it seems like it's going in a very wrong way. Because I've seen even like the diehard fans of WWE are now looking at like, nah, this ain't it. And these are the fans that went through it all. You know what I mean? Like these are the fans that was sticking through it all, like the early days of going back.
Succotash.
Right, like from the early days that it was like I would never turn my back on WWE type stuff. And it's just like now they're just looking at like I can see it less and less conversational of what's going on over there. And it's like, dang, if it's dumb that's walking away, what is happening? Like I've seen like even the announcement of WrestleMania going to Saudi Arabia, and I saw like WWE fans like, yo, AEW should just counter program. What the? I was looking like, what's happening? Like, what dimension am I in? Y'all going, what? Like, y'all saying this against WWE? So yeah, it just seems like whatever y'all doing over there is not working, and y'all hope that y'all course correct as soon as possible. Because if y'all plan is to counter WrestleMania with WrestlePalooza,
no,
nah.
It looks like real quick. I'm watching Raw from March 1st, 1999. The way this
that's cheating, bro. You can't reference nothing from 1999. That's not fair.
Oh yeah, easy. The regime looks like Big Show did at that time when he was Paul White and he was getting punked by the Undertaker. That's what this regime looks like right now.
Wow, it's a good. This is the second Big Show
reference of the night.
reference I've gotten this week in more than one situation. But
nah, that's how I feel about it right now. Like, I'm gonna let y'all talk, and I'm gonna chime in here and there because I know y'all watch the WWE product more than I do.
No, this is great.
From outside, the person that stepped away like a couple of years ago, and I'm looking like, dang, that's
was there ever time you was ready to come back? You seem like a Cody guy. You wasn't ready to watch Cody finish that goddamn story.
No,
that's not
that was already going. I was already going by then.
Brian
Like
H
that
is
is.
he asked you a biased question. That's not fair.
I
I
just
was in
said,
there.
did want to tune in? Did he want to be a part of the moment?
I
Nah,
got
I
it.
didn't. I
So you
didn't.
weren't
I was
upset when
already
Cody
gone.
Rhodes left AEW for WWE?
I was already gone.
Huh?
I
Huh?
was already. I was upset with him. Like, you really left because you put yourself in a box. Like, anybody tell you to say that you're never going to challenge for the title? You said that yourself. Anyway,
That's
that's
his
a whole
fault.
other conversation.
Yeah, that's Cody realized. That's when he realized I'm not an executive. Trying to be his dad. It's okay. Blue, I think you started it off excellent. Thank you for for giving us your 2 cents. Trust
No
me,
problem.
we'll
I'm here for
definitely.
some. I'm here just to
Oh no, we
bring
trust
the
me.
fire.
We're gonna come back to you, and I'll say this: that has got to be the most well behaved version of what he said, because when I talked to him offline, it didn't sound like that.
Nah.
But I respect your professionalism, brother. I appreciate that. But but no, you made a key point as we get to Brother Guy. You made a key point that I think is something that I think a lot of people miss when it comes to how TKO has decided to produce their product. And when you said that they're trying to price an audience out, they're trying to create something that's a premium experience, you know, like a UFC live show. I think I don't want to say this where I don't want to say ignorantly that's where majority of their revenue comes from. But when I hear about the success of UFC, that's the only thing I usually hear about from a lot of people is their live audience attendance. And you know, because it's a premium experience through and through versus wrestling is so much more widely spread. But Brother Guy, another controversial guy that has quite a few opinions about quite a few different things. Talk to the people, Brother Guy. You've seen things. We've been there. We've discussed it. We come here every goddamn week and we have these conversations. But this is something that we've never publicly addressed before, not to the masses. And now it's time to let's get from behind the keyboards and the cameras and let's have some words about this, Brother Guy. How you feeling about this? Has WWE lost its way?
So what I'm gonna say, because I've
Here it comes, y'all.
got
This is
notes, right?
he's got to preface it first because it's like he's about to give you a
and
disclaimer.
and I'm gonna give you this notes because it's going to be very comic book heavy when I give you this disclaimer.
Brian H, take notes now.
Friday, I was gonna say, what you got to take notes. So first off,
He's so old now. Uh-huh.
Monday Night Raw made me feel like that scene in Avengers Endgame. Remember when they were on the battlefield and Wanda came down and
Hmm.
Okoye said, if she could do that, why was she up there? I
Well,
felt like that moment said, so you could have gave us a good show this whole time? Like, why have we been suffering for so many weeks of why is this happening? And you would give us a good show.
trying to
Oh,
drag
because
people
of the
along.
experience, because it's the John Cena retirement
Yeah.
tour, because it's
Mhm.
this. Now you want to pull out the stops, but you lost me all these other weeks. Now let's let me like, was that enough to bring me back? And then you
Mm.
said this about has WWE lost its way? I don't think they lost their way. I think WWE is going through what DC Comics went through a few years ago when they launched a new 52.
The identity crisis.
Oh, yes. Okay. So in a nutshell, DC Comics basically said, "Hey, we're gonna keep what you love about comics, but we're
Hmm.
gonna tell you if you are a new person, start here. This is what we're gonna do. This is the new status quo." Was it all bad? Well, did it start off great? Were we excited? Yes. What
Yeah.
happened when Vince McMahon left? We were all excited. We were like, okay, something new, something different. You got little things like Io Shirai became Io Sky. You got certain things happening just like in a new, but then you realize slowly but surely, oh, Shinsuke needs his regular music. Oh, we can't do this anymore. We tried this failed experiment, just like DC Comics. They tried to take the underwear away. Like Brian
Yeah.
H, you should know this one. They took the underwear off of Superman and Batman, but then they guess what? They put it back. They tried to erase certain things from history. They put it back.
Yeah.
I don't think that they lost their way. I really think it's an identity crisis because they're trying to make as much money as possible. And I wish Brother Hugh was on here because he said something. I'm gonna paraphrase what he said. I don't think this is Triple H's fault. I think Triple H is doing as much as he can right now to save his job because if they're trying to rebrand certain things, because Saudi Arabia didn't buy WWE, they brought WrestleMania. They know
Hmm.
what comes with that. So now they said, well, since it's basically gone, because I don't think WrestleMania is ever going to come back, we got a WrestlePalooza and a SummerSlam. We
No.
might get a Backlash disappeared. We might not get a King of the Ring tournament. We might not get these B level pay per views that we're used to. We're going to get something different. And when Brother Hugh said it, was like maybe that's why the Stephanie McMahon thing was made so early because Triple H don't know what his future is going to be. Hey, before I leave, or in case they decide to let me go, because what a better way to save a bunch of payroll? And they've been watching what I'm doing, and they have their hand in what does the network want. I'm just trying to give you a good product, but I really can't because I got to showcase these moneymakers. I got to put this person on the screen. I got to do this. This is what the overlords of TKO are telling me to do to make them as much money as possible. My hands are pretty much tied. He might
The
have somebody
Overlord.
worse. Yeah,
The
he might have
Overlord.
somebody worse pulling his strings than we had in Vince McMahon. We don't
Oof.
know, but is this a product of, oh no, it might not be his fault?
Hmm.
And that's something to consider too, because it's all about make money, make money, make money, make money. Who's the one? Because there's no reason, let's call it what it is, that Jay Uso has been shoved down our throat this much for so long outside of he's a moneymaker. This man got all these dislikes, but we still seeing him. This man is not getting over. His wrestling is not that good right now. It's nothing that us as wrestling fans want to see about Jey Uso. But guess what? The dollar sign is telling them keep putting them out there.
Hmm. Yeah.
Just
And
to say,
it's also disrupting
okay.
storylines to your point, brother guy. Because I saw him on Monday and it was kind of awkward. I was like, wait a minute. So like you were just beefing with Punk, and yeah, I kind of had this match, and you kind of had this post like, dang, he beat. You know, it was a gentleman's situation. All right, you beat me fair and square. But I'm like, so are you just you
Now I'm
more
ready to go
worried
to war.
about? Yeah, like wait, do you not? You made all the fuss about having the title. All right, I lost it. Now I got his back. And I'm like, I get it, but now he looks like he doesn't.
Because who's going to be on the SummerSlam poster? I mean, not the SummerSlam Survivor Series. We all remember what happened. What's the one thing that you remember about Jey Uso at War Games? Let's see if you remember. In the last couple of years, what's the one thing that you remember?
He wore red.
Zayn.
Say it again.
Hugging Sami Zayn.
He was standing on top of the cage, and remember that image that went viral when he was jumped on top of the cage.
I thought that was
Think about
Jay.
it. No, that was Jay.
I thought Jimmy the
Remember?
one who got hurt.
No, on top of the cage. Remember the camera, the angle of him getting on top of the cage, the yeet for his entrance.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
That's, I mean, certain things like that. They're going to keep pushing these moments because it's like, well, what else do we have to do with him? This is what he's good for. I hate to say it, he's an entrance, but he's an entrance that makes money.
So you're part of that group now. You're over Jey Uso. I can tell.
I'm not over Jey Uso. I'm over the fact that we keep getting this because of that.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, we keep getting like we're only getting this because it's making money. We're only getting that because it's making money. Like look at the roster. They're not making money. Let's move on.
So you think it's like corporate driven. So it's like, all right,
Oh, absolutely.
this isn't working. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, Mr. McMahon could give you a wrestler to make money, but yes, they would be shoved down our throat. Like how much Roman Reigns merchandise did we get before we got the tribal chief? There was so much random big dog stuff.
Yeah.
This is my yard. You got all these things that he was trying to make some money, right?
Dog
One way or the
food.
other.
Yeah. And I
You get
don't
what I'm
remember
saying?
any kids wearing really Roman Reigns t-shirts, Brian H. Do you remember any kids wearing Roman Reigns t-shirts?
Yeah, but
No,
the
you don't.
shirts and yeah, I do, and the what you call the gloves.
They were wearing the
But look at the
gloves.
New Day.
I say that they were
Roman
wearing the
was over
gloves.
with the Roman was over with the kids.
Dude,
New
I
Day
just-
was on
with
all the
women.
shows
It's just
because
that they
you had
was
to
all
sell the
black.
merchandise. Yeah, and think
Yeah,
about
I
it. How many New Day shirts did the kids have? Because that made money. How much
Mhm.
crazy merchandise did the New Day have? And we saw them because they were making money. We don't see the New Day right now because they're not a moneymaker. What is
that's
Kofi
true.
and Xavier Rhodes going to do now?
They're
What are they
healed.
doing to make money?
Yeah.
What is the Viking Raiders going to do? They're not going to make any money. I hate to say it, if we would have still been Vince McMahon, we probably would have had those toy shields. We would have had the face paint for the kid. It would have been something to make money. He would have figured out a way to say, okay, let me get these guys on TV and let's make some money, and we're going to keep making money with them.
Okay. So we have, on one hand we have an identity crisis. On the other hand, we have almost a loss of direction, right? Brian H. Before I give my 2 cents, because this is I'm going to flip the script because you guys are playing it safe. Good points, all good points, but everybody's playing. I'm like, okay, all right, this is not the direction I thought it was going to go in, but this is good though because I'm like, okay, because I see where this is. I see where this is going to end up. But I need to hear Brian H's part first. Brian H. What?
Go ahead.
No, let me
Go
wind
ahead,
it up
my
for
bad.
you. Has WWE lost its way. Now, I want you to take consideration what Blue has said. I want you to take consideration what Brother Guy has said, because I have, and what they have both said has affected what I was going to say, but it doesn't change anything. Does that make any sense? So that's why I say I'm going to make the points. It's good stuff. But Brian H, come on, let's see if you can add to the pot, because let's see if you got something that's going to make me say, okay, all right, this might change how I feel it too as well. But speak to the world.
Issue with WCW in 2000, 99, 2000.
All right, hold on, time out. Let's slow down. The biggest issue with WCW in 1999 going to 2000. Let me ask you this first. Do you know what the issue was?
I know the answer I'm looking for.
Okay, all right. So let me think. What was the biggest issue?
In WCW in 2000?
To me, yeah, like 99, like that transition year when they were like, all right, we're gonna prepare for, because I remember it vividly because they changed the logo, they changed the entrance. But
is this when they were just they were selling out shows, but it was, but why? Like
TV,
it was no,
yeah, the product was,
it was no continuity. It was just,
to me, it was no direction.
It's just WCW.
Yeah, because it was the same people that was there. Even Sting went back to this black and white. Goldberg was still there. Kevin Nash was still there.
Kevin, had short hair, right? Ric Flair, right? He had short hair, Ric Flair.
But they were never there together. Like, if Sting was out, Hogan was in. If Hogan was out, Kevin Nash was there. But go ahead, Brian.
You just hit it on the head. They didn't build new stars.
Oh,
and right now, but I'm not seeing new ready-made stars. Yeah, you got Braun Breaker right there, but Braun Breaker seems like somebody is just having a button but scared to pull the trigger to really push him to the next level. It's like, okay, we're going to showcase you around. And I'm sorry, Paul Heyman's group looking like the way he did when he had Ryback, Cesaro, and I hate to
Curtis Axel.
Look, you popped the blue. He thinks that's funny.
Curtis Axel. He looks like, and I love Curtis Axel, but that's the way this group look like right now.
Tell me, where is Curtis Axel? Good point.
My man chilling. You know,
is he still with WWE?
I don't know.
No, he left. He retired after.
Isn't he producer? He's a producer, isn't he?
I don't think he's a trainer. I don't think he's there. Is he even in WWE?
I thought he was in suits at one point. Maybe he's not.
That man was nice.
No, at one point he was helping The Rock and stuff. But that's what this is looking like. They're not really. Yeah, we'll see call ups. You know, like we always say, you can't. The women, they always get that right.
Yeah.
For the most part. The men, you know, like you trying to shove LA Knight down everybody's throat. It's not.
Yeah.
There you go. Here it comes with the LA Knight hate. You just can't. You can't go a show without just hating on LA Knight.
You ain't lying.
But I'm not lying, you know. So it's like, you know, there's just don't feel like there's new stars. And then, quite frankly, they done forgot what brought them to the dance. Families. It was always about families. It was about what could, like Mark Cuban said, which where the other owners failed for the longest time in the NBA, which he wanted to do was make sure you could take a family of four to a basketball game. You can't do that with WWE. Sure can't do it. You know, I remember WrestleMania 33 in Orlando. I was up in the 500 section, and I remember there was the parents bringing their kids, and they were the happiest people. And they
You're not letting that go, are you?
Well, they was chanting on a budget, but you could do that, and I thought it was like the coolest thing because as much as I hated being up there, but I was with good friends and we had a freaking ball and went through every emotion for that WrestleMania till like everything that happened just got erased. But when you sit back and look at what's happening, you know, it's rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat on the stories. Rinse and repeat on, you know, how many times Drew McIntyre gonna get suspended? And I understand he get ready to go do a movie, but like, come on now, you saying the same thing over and over again. You know, the only thing for me, like I said, it's like what's been saving the shows has been the women.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Okay, well, first of all, congratulations to all three of you guys. You guys completely disrupted whatever I was going to say. Now I'm done.
Trying to defend it?
No, I wasn't trying to defend it.
First, hold on, let me ask you this. To be honest, I gotta ask Hollywood.
You trying to defend it?
Hollywood, did you know what the New 52 was?
Yes, I was aware.
No,
like
I
didn't.
was in Hollywood. Hollywood knew what it was.
Why is it important?
Because it was a rebranding. Because if you understood what the New 52 did, it would understand why I'm saying that's what
DC let me break it down for you, Brian H. No pun intended.
There's no point.
No, I'm trying to tell you.
I
got my Mortal Kombat fix. That's the
listen to me. There's a correlation. I promise there's a correlation, right?
Mm-hmm.
DC was think about it. Think about the Marvel boom. You know about the Marvel boom, right? It got hot. Think about it. All
They
of
took over.
Marvel's B-level heroes became superstars because of Disney, because of the movies, right? So like Avengers and they were all B guys. Like it was always about
Batman
Spider-Man
and Thor
X-Men.
was never important. It was
No,
always
it was-
Spider-Man and X-Men.
Spider-Man, X-Men. So then everybody fell in love with Marvel, and then DC fell out like Batman, Superman. They fell into the loop. They're like, bro, we're getting lost in this. So comic book fans, everybody are like gravitating towards this genre, and we're not getting a piece of it, right? So imagine, look at it like, okay, wrestling. We're a wrestling company, but we're not getting all the wrestling fans. But there's a boom right now because everybody's got interest in it. So they were trying to do something to like re-spark people's interest. And they say, hey, look, everybody you know and love, we're going to start over. Come see what's going on. You know what I mean? And that's
Get
when,
something new and fresh, a new take.
So they were
Start
trying to
right
like,
now. Here you go.
they're like, wait a minute, our industry is hot right now. We got to do something to try to make some noise, to try to cause a big bang. You know what I mean? And it didn't go over so well because of what you guys are talking about as far as what we're seeing in pro wrestling, where it's like there's this habit of rinse and repeat. Now, because you guys have completely disrupted my whole thought process, I'm going to ask you guys $1 million question. It's because here's the issue that I'm having. When we asked the question of has WWE lost its way? Sure, because we don't know what that way is now, right? It seems still undefined at this point. Where do we find the balance of saying, okay, we're going to do stuff that's new and exciting, but still going to draw money? It's because what we want and what we like may not be financially what's best for the company's sake, not for the fans, for the company's sake, right? So financially, we need to keep the belt on a Cody Rhodes is because we have 6 more dates with American Wheatley Vodka that's going to make us over $150,000 a day. You know what I'm saying? So you see what I'm saying? Like that's a corporate obligation financially, right? But creatively, we want to see something different. So I want to know from everybody, and we're going home after this. I want to know from everybody, what do you think the WWE needs to do that can satisfy realistically the corporate value of saying, hey, how do we do something new and still make money from it? It's because sometimes new doesn't make money, right? It's because you're introducing new concepts and new people to an audience that may not want that financially, right? So if your audience is children, they may want to pay to see Cody every week, but we as fans may not want to sit back and turn on SmackDown every week to watch Cody come out in the suit and have a conversation versus, hey, we'll pay to see Cody. Yeah, So I mean, we're wrestling fans. We've been around long enough. We've seen quite a bit. What does the WWE need to do in order to bring some money into the fix? Hey, yo, we got to run in from Brother Hugh has a third.
We are not going home. We are not going home before we form Voltron, man. We got to form Voltron. The last line is here, baby.
I don't know what you just
I'm
said.
live. Don't worry about it. I knew you wouldn't know. How you doing, Blue?
How you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Hugh has entered the building.
Megan Thurston's our go. Let's go
Crazy,
Voltron,
Brother
of course.
You came in like right when we were ready to go home. But let me
And we still going home on time.
You know he waited for that moment, right? He waited. He's like,
I want you.
Right now.
I want to hear Brother Hugh's
Watch this.
2 cents. The last question, Brother Hugh, is this is what we're going home is. We talked about this balance, right? Brother. First of all, Blue and Brother Guy and Brothers have been so eloquent in their responses. It's not what I was expecting. They messed me all the way up about has the WWE lost its way, right? And I say, okay, my original intention was to get real deep and philosophical about the history of pro wrestling and where it has been and where it's evolving to. But they kind of made that completely irrelevant to what's going on today because they brought up some major issues that are like too real to ignore. So my question is, what does the WWE need to do in order to refresh itself, bring something fresh, but still fulfill the financial obligations of a company with expectations? That's the balance. Now I'm gonna let you gather your thoughts because you have a chance to get on here. So I want to make sure that you get a chance to give you 2 cents. But that's what we're going home with, though. So Blue, brother, you've been quite gracious to us, and you've been quite the standard when it comes to your responses with WWE because man, You have quite a few things to say, and you have been quite excellent about it. But talk to us, man. You don't watch the show, and is there anything that will make Blue say, you know what, I might give this a chance because they have successfully given me something fresh, new, but yet it's enough that we know, hey, this is probably going to draw money. What can WWE do to kind of find that balance amongst themselves?
First of all, they gotta take a page from much as everybody, and I'm one of those people. Like, you know, Vince wasn't the greatest guy, but Vince understood business in a sense of separating business from personal and separating business from political. Like, there's no reason why we tune into a show. Huh?
I said, did he? He said separate business from personal. I mean, did it?
Right.
On screen, kind of, sort of, maybe. But at least for the most part, you know, like the political side, everybody knew it was no secret that Vince was like the biggest Trump supporter, but he didn't bring that into the business because he knew that people watched the product to escape whatever they felt for that day.
And also to your point, Blue, Trump wasn't a politician at the time.
Right. But even after, like, you know, his wife is on the board and all that stuff, and you know, they went to the White House. They wasn't doing commercials to play on their product. You know what I mean? Like, they knew to keep those two separate. Like,
and Vince was one or two people who Trump always took his calls
as
president in a separate room. So they were still boys, is the Blues point.
Yeah, like they were still cool, but he knew not to bring that on the screen. Like,
true.
Like,
he never isolated his audience.
Yeah, like right now
or divided them.
Yeah, like now you basically campaigning on that side. So when you watching, now you feel uncomfortable. Like for instance, for example, on AEW, like when the ice commercials happened, the fans was like, "Nah, we don't like it." What happened? The ice commercials kind of slowed down and stopped. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand and keep certain things away, because when we watch entertainment, basketball, football, whatever, it's to escape a lot of these things.
Bingo.
Like, Gay can use the time for protest when something's wrong going on in the world, but you can't be using it to promote hate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's an aspect of it. So another thing outside of that, because that just made me, I was upset because I watched SummerSlam. I saw that. I was like, yeah, I'm flipping this. Make America healthy again. What? All right. Anyway, but the other side of it was talk less, fight more. Like that whole promo heavy base thing. Like promos, I don't know if maybe I'm wrong.
It's the South Park all over again.
I don't know if I'm wrong, but promos don't bring money. like all these promos don't bring money. If y'all want to make money, we came to watch people fight, so let's watch them fight. Like, book these matches. Like I say, Cody come out every week in a suit. I don't know. I won't. But y'all saying he come out every week in a suit. Why he not?
Don't act like you don't know Cody. Don't act like you don't know Cody.
But he wasn't doing that over there. He was fighting on Wednesdays. Why he not fighting on Mondays or Fridays, wherever he's on? Like,
suits in the dry cleaners.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fight more. But basically, you gotta stay to the core. Like, your core is your is family based audience. You trying to price them out is not gonna help. Like, you trying to box out the family, because what the parents are supposed to tell the kids that want to go see the Braun Breakers, the Cody Rhodes, the Roman Reigns. Well,
too expensive.
I can't afford it because they don't went up. They don't want you in the audience. Like, like that's what you basically telling the parents to tell the kids. Like, they don't want you in the audience no more. So we can watch it from home, but we can't go have that experience no more because I can't afford it, because they don't care about our pockets. They care about theirs. Like, that's not a good. That's not a good line to go with. You know what I'm saying? So you got to focus back to the family. So for you to say we got to change pay-per-view names and we got to change the audience, we got to up our prices and give premium experiences. Why can't you give premium experiences in a nice box that you're still going to make your money from? Because the more people you bring in, the more money you make. Like, that's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? But sell out, not put it so high that maybe you sell out. Like, I don't know if it's true. I saw that this past week was like one of the lowest SmackDown attendance with like 6,000 people. Like, what, so y'all regressing. Like, this is not good. How you make your money back?
Yeah, people not putting up with that crap anymore. I'm not paying for this, bro. Especially if Cody Rhodes is coming out in a suit.
I'm not
exactly.
Right. I'm about to spend. You want me to spend $500 just to see 2 matches? Like, what are you doing?
That's it.
Yeah, so now you gotta go back to the core. Like, you gotta make the money worth. Like, you want the money to be worth in your pocket, but you also gotta be giving me my money's worth when I get there. Like, even the stadiums, you spend like $100 on concession stands alone. Like, like I'm already spending there. Now you want me to spend? Nah, bro, this ain't working. This ain't it. So yeah, you gotta go back to your core with the family.
All right, I respect that. I think that makes a lot of sense. Like it's a family that was built on family entertainment, and like you said, financially, it's almost not becoming a feasible thing to do anymore. On top of the economy, and then of course raising prices because you're trying to create a premium experiences instead of just recognizing like, hey man, our audience doesn't need a premium. Sure, it's cool to offer it, but they don't need a premium experience.
You know,
They're
it's
looking
premium
for
matches, not talks.
well, and also pick up the action. So there we go. So it sounds like to me, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. Get back to the basics of what pro wrestling's supposed to be and what it is.
Yeah.
And like I said, the core audience of what brought you to the dance in the first place. Is that fair enough to say?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And
All right.
to the point to brother guy,
Mhm.
keep TKO out of your books, like out of your story.
100%.
Like I understand you gotta appease to sponsorships, but when you start messing with the storylines for your wrestlers and they don't know what they're doing now, that's wild.
Yeah. I
And
think
that
that's a
that that was actually a point that I was going to bring up. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I told this to Brother Guy, and I think I said it to Brian too. How much power does Triple H really have with this booking?
yeah.
A lot of people
Brother
are
Guy
sitting
said
there
it real
talking
quick.
about, booking, it's Triple H fault, this, that, whatever, whatever. I'm like, well, how much power does he really have? Because to be honest, Triple H is just trying to keep his job. You see what I'm saying?
Brother
Yeah.
God said that already. Everything you
Well,
said.
hey, bro. See, well,
Had you
thank you
covered.
But
for.
he
I
gave you
got you.
annotations.
Thank you, brother. Thank
And I
you.
still
you.
say you're wrong because he sat there and telling us. So he gonna get these blames and he gonna get this smoke.
Nah, he got a part in
can't let
this.
it go.
He
That was
definitely
him
do
in
have
the
a part in it.
commercials. That's him spitting out water. That's
Yeah,
he
like
got
we
a
didn't
part
need to
all of
see
this.
him opening up the show in Boston. We need to see John Cena.
But they
what
said-
is he out there for?
But they said
Because he's the face of the product.
Yeah, but say so. Is it any? Is it? Do you think there's any truth to what they said about TKO wanting Triple H to be at the forefront, kind of like how Dana White was for UFC? You
I
think
believe
that's
it
true?
I think they
100%.
do.
I think he
I think
wanted
they
to
I
do.
do
believe
that.
it.
Oh, so you?
No.
I
Brian,
think they told him
He
you're
has
going
that-
to be this.
But Triple H also has that ego that he wants to be in the front.
Bingo.
So he's not gonna say no. He might have been his idea, like, yo, let me be the Dana White. Like,
Hey, that's
But, I
possible.
mean,
that's
I'm-
possible, but yeah.
See, here's where I'm having a hard time trying to, because it sounds true. So he's a wrestler still, and his career didn't end on the note that he wanted it to. He was forced into retirement because of his health
Right.
issues. So
Yeah.
usually wrestlers who are forced into retirement, they never get over it. You know what I mean? Because it's like I never got to end my career the way I wanted to.
I
But-
still got it.
I still need that aspect.
Bingo. Like, okay, at least let me get the opening pop. You know what I mean? I can't wrestle, but at least
Let me start the
you know,
show.
yeah.
Go get the
So
crowd hot. Let me get them ready.
but then I
He
think about
treated him
also
he treated him like NXT, like he used to treat NXT. NXT needed him to do that.
sure
The
in
main product
beginning.
don't need you to do that.
Well, that's also a point. But it's
Shawn
like
Michaels
I'm
not doing that.
no.
I got something about that
too.
too. Hold
What's
on
that?
to that because when I get to my point, I got something about that too.
Okay, we're gonna come right to next. We're gonna come right to you, brother guy, because I guess my question is,
hmm
are they doing that to once again still try to get away from this is not the Vince McMahon WWE thing? So that's the only reason why I'm like questioning. Hey, maybe TKO is trying to force because they want you to associate WWE with more like, hey, let's look at Triple H more than this is the way Vince used to do it. Oh, and I say that only because of the comment that they made, like, hey, we got to move. Like he didn't say we have to move past the WWE's old ways, or he literally said we have to move past Vince's creations or what And I was
He
like,
wanna
that
get-
seems kind
I
of
want to
I-
get rid of my SummerSlam.
I told you WrestlePalooza was going to be a real thing.
No.
said that.
Y'all
No.
thought I was tripping when I said that.
no. They better
I
go
agree.
ahead.
That's
And no,
That's
They,
us.
they
not.
gonna get rid of all the outside.
Great balls of fire. Bring it back tonight.
We got it. We
Oh my
bringing it
God.
back, baby. Let's go.
Go ahead.
Insurrection.
Go ahead, brother guy.
Correct.
Great Balls of Fire wasn't Vince McMahon's idea.
Wow. Go ahead, brother guy. You were saying about
Yeah, so to address your first
Yes.
question,
Mhm.
I think what WWE has to do is, and here's the crazy part. We can joke about TNA, but TNA has still been around. TNA has been around.
20
They have a
years.
formula that's worked, and that formula always worked when they realized what made them special. They took no-name wrestlers, gave them a mainstream platform, mixed it with the names that the people love, or we appreciate, or we knew that they could do more. I.e., when TNA first started, they only had a Ken Shamrock, a Jerry Lynn, a D'Lo Brown, right? Three
Mhm.
different wrestlers that the wrestler fans loved in different aspects. Inserted them into a mix with a AJ Styles, I'm sorry, Jeff Jarrett too. But you had AJ Styles, a Chris Sabin, a Samoa Joe later on, but you had all of these people that you was like, okay, who are these guys? Yeah, we know them from ROH, but what is a PD Williams and who is this Chris Sabin? But they build a brand that you could get behind because you realize who these guys are, and you had that mix. And then we slowly brought in the people like Kurt Angle that okay, megastar in his right, he injected some new energy into it, made TNA, even more to the next level. Now, of course, they dipped off at one point. We're not going to talk about who killed it, but then they always have these
Who
resurgences when they
killed
go
TNA?
back to. But they always have these resurgences when they go back to what makes them special. If you think about it, every time TNA got back to them, they went back to that formula. Who are our people, and who are the stars that we're bringing in? Think about it. When Naomi went to TNA, that was kind of like a resurgence period for her because it was like, oh, this megastar is here to work with these other women. Because yes, we had a Mickey James there. Gail Kim was long gone retired, but look what she was able to do. She was able to elevate those homegrown TNA talent that didn't break through, but that's what always makes TNA special. If
Mhm.
WWE do that because they have their own homegrown talent, we've seen it work with Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and I'm just using them for example because you can't go wrong with the women. But you have that in a Braun Breaker, a Obafemi, a Trick Williams, a Carmelo. You know, Wesley wasn't a homegrown talent. That's why I don't think he's still around. That's for another thing. But you have these, not necessarily NIL, but these homegrown WWE stars that you could be building the brand around, but because I don't know if a Bronson Reed, even though he went other places, got himself over and came back, if I'm ready for that. Because the thing that worked for TNA, we saw all of these people in our indies promotions, which I think Shawn Michaels is doing right now. Because more and more, we starting to see NXT people go over to other places, get other championships, and then come back. We see them going over there, getting their reps, getting championships, getting recognized, and coming back, right? Whereas though you don't need a Triple H to be that spark. You don't need Shawn Michaels to come out there and kick off the show. You don't need that because people understand where their TNA is. They understand where their base is. And now you
Mm,
can bring those guys like Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, Mariah May, that were just like the TNA formula, stars other places. You bring them in here to inject to work with your homegrown people.
mm.
So the thing that I think Triple H needs to understand is what makes this special that I can have that actual mix. Because how many times we going to see CM Punk, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, LA Knight,
Yeah, kind
um,
of. It's definitely
Seth
been a.
Rollins in
I'm
the
not gonna lie to
same
you.
mix?
Yeah,
That's not a blood feud, but you got a Braun Breaker, a Bronson Reed, a Damian Priest. I'm trying to think who else. No, Damien is not on Raw. You got a Rusev, you got a Sheamus, you got all these other people. But no, no, no. We're going to be with the safe bet. Keep us with the moneymakers. If
Exactly.
if
yeah.
TNA did not
Kind
take
of
that
safe.
chance with AJ Styles
Mhm.
and let them do that, we wouldn't have AJ that we had now. And that's the fear because I'm gonna say this name because it was brought up and I told Brother Hugh this. We've wasted 10 years of Pete Dunne's wrestling career.
Yeah,
That
kind
he
of.
could have
Not gonna lie
been,
to you.
Yeah, we definitely talk
he
about
could have
that.
been,
He
yeah,
could have been a global
he could have been
superstar.
what AJ Styles is for TNA during that time. Remember, you couldn't say TNA without. I'm not saying Pete Dunne would have been or Tyler Bate would have been the flagship of Raw SmackDown. But god dang it, 10 years are gone now.
Yeah,
Tyler Bate was 21 when he no, he was 20 when he won the NXT UK championship. And
dang.
now what is he in a mask?
Yeah, that's dumb. I'm not okay with
Which one
that.
is it? Is he Bravo? Which one is it?
It doesn't
Who
matter.
knows?
I don't
He's
want to
one
talk
of
about
them.
it. Wow. That's
But you
just
get what I'm saying? But
no.
you
Those are
you could did some. Because
no.
look what you're doing with Ilyanov. You're trying to course correct him because you realize, oh, wait a minute. We've had this guy for almost 6 years now. Every brand we take him on, he's pushing through. And now, okay, he's doing all right with the United States Championship. Do I think he's going to be WWE champion? No. Do I see him as Money to Bank or King of the Ring? Possibly.
What King of the Ring?
Mm.
They about to take that away.
Ah, see,
Okay,
don't do
good
that, boy.
point.
That's not.
Yeah, good.
Look at brother
No,
guy
those.
acting like he know what he's talking about tonight.
Yeah.
Go ahead, boy.
Look at you.
Do your
Yeah.
thing.
Nah, that was very
King of the Ring
astute
gonna
for
be
you, brother
gone.
guy. I think that was an
Feast of
excellent.
fire.
That was an excellent. What do you call it?
Bus.
Not comparison, but like a great. It was a great case study when you look at it side by side and what
Yeah.
the WWE probably could needs to do. And I'm like, you know what? You probably got a point as far as that balance that's missing to, you know what I mean, to
Mhm.
get things to that point. But no, that was wonderfully put out. That was very thought provoking. Because now I'm like, well, once again, I was going to say something, but then I'm like, well, he's kind of got a point about certain things. But yeah, that was really, really good, brother guy. Brian H,
That
talk
was
to
on
us.
point.
What?
OG Hollywood.
See,
What's up, baby?
he's making up for lost time.
He is so, you're so
Brian
excited.
Brian H
Why are you
encountered
so
a young
excited?
he encountered a young boy today, and he said some things to Brian H that tried to
He
date him.
call him Unc.
That's like I say, it's as long as he didn't do that, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
But,
he could, I was called Unc in a comment on TikTok from a creator that I watched, and I said, "Oh, I unfollowed him."
Yeah,
I
you
felt
know.
so bad. I
See?
said, "Nope."
Oh.
that's how Brian H
I
felt
said-
earlier.
What,
Brian H.
what we say earlier, we gotta get him some of that midnight cocoa bean to put in that gray. You know what I mean? Give it
Grow
that gray.
one.
Hey, don't worry about me, man. Don't get mad at me because
Anyway.
I got this sexy baby face. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
Clean shave.
People,
Yeah,
people
with the
still
rewind.
think I'm
I
26.
think-
I'm just saying.
I
He
take
said,
whatever
"I'm
he said is
26."
done.
You cannot
I don't need
pass
no cool.
to 26.
He said, "Man, I'm 26. I'm just saying." That's right. You're 26.
Right.
That's what you tell
You
yourself.
40.
brother.
You
If you
40.
26,
I'm 25.
brother, you
We got
26.
we got to get Blue out of here. What's your question?
My fault. Blue.
What does
you
WWE
go, you
what does
Come to
WWE
work late and disrupt.
what
That's
does
what I do.
WWE
You knew this. My bad. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't know why he's surprised. He's
He's
making up for
amped, too.
all this lost time. He's like, he probably was contemplating like when I get in there,
That's
I'm
why
just gonna let
Kane
him
just
rip.
caught a Stone Cold Stunner.
That's
Okay,
all good.
That's
It's
personal.
fine.
Don't do
And
that.
guess what? He gonna set the ring on fire. That's all.
What
Guess
what does WWE need to do to find that balance between giving us something fresh, but still, meeting the financial obligations of their new corporate owners?
Shock the world, do like they gonna do Cena's last match. Welcome Vinnie Mac back.
No, cut it out. You just saying anything at this point. There's no way in the
Dead
world Vince McMahon is. So let me get this straight. So you're convinced that Vince McMahon is going to have something to do, if anything, with John Cena's last match in Washington D.C.
There's no
Vince was
way.
here. He would be his last opponent.
Did you
That's
see the
Vince.
stunner he
Yeah, that
took
would be
from
his
Stone Cold
opponent.
Steve Austin at WrestleMania a few years ago?
It's top 5 greatest creations.
There's no chance in hell. You see what I did there? You like
Because
that?
you-
That was good.
I see
I
what
tell
you
you,
did there.
Vince would be his
Yeah,
last
uh-huh.
opponent. If he
He'll
was
be
still there,
there.
he would be his opponent.
He'll be there. Nah, what they gotta do, man. Like I said,
I'm
they
sure he
gotta-
will
they
be
gotta-
there. Yeah.
Gotta give Shawn Michaels the book, man. Just let him create.
Ooh,
Let him run wild. Let him, let
Now
him
you asking
open
for
up
trouble.
Open up the Internet Explorer page, as you want to say, and let him work, man. That's what's gotta happen. Triple H, he
Ooh,
done
boy.
lost his way.
So what happens to NXT if that's the case? What's more important, your main shows or your
More
developmental?
You
Exactly.
Give it to CM Punk.
Give
Hold
what
up,
to
what?
CM Punk?
Oh god.
NXT?
Oh god. Oh,
No,
God.
they all look like him.
No.
It'll be Ring of Honor 2.
You're right. Literally.
I can see CM Punk actually working down
That's
there
what he
though.
wanna do. He
Like
said,
Absolutely.
yeah.
okay, I
He's
can
gonna
definitely see
study
that
the
though.
tutelage. Yeah.
That would
Okay.
only work if
All right.
Daniel Bryan was still there to help him.
Oh my
They would
gosh,
need
that
the
would be
balance.
perfect. If
They would
if
need
they're
the
working
balance.
together,
Yeah, they
yes,
would need
yes,
the balance.
that will be the yin and the yang. We will
He's
get.
too busy
They would.
being president of the discipline committee.
He's
Okay,
trying to
you're right.
balance. He's trying to balance AEW. It ain't working. And they probably
Yes,
ain't
not.
listening.
He's.
And
I hate
Jericho's gone
concussions.
now, so he ain't got no support.
Hey, Blue, are you okay? Quick before we go to Brother Hugh, are you okay? There's a lot of AEW guys that's in WWE right now. That brother guy named earlier. So I was going to make sure he was good.
Yeah,
Champions.
bro.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. I just-
Like,
yeah.
the
Oh, boy.
people that went over, we build more stars over here, bro. You give chances.
Ooh.
over
Hey,
here.
okay. All right.
Look,
Hey,
Listen to me.
hey,
Listen
man.
to me. You guys are doing a great job of it, and I'm
You don't
looking
have no
forward to it.
single
But you
stars
guys are
in
definitely
AEW.
making
So what?
well.
There's no single
Superstars.
stars at AEW. No single
Oh
stars.
yeah. Oh yeah. Single
There's no
stars.
single. There's no single.
Everybody's
Nobody.
in a group.
Everybody.
Everybody.
No matter who you are.
They run their formats like New Japan, but
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
there's stars out of
Dang, I
each
didn't
group.
think about that.
Like there's a
Chaos,
star in each
Suzuki,
group.
Suzuki Gun, Bullet Club.
Yeah, they run it like New Japan. That's what they're used to. So that's the format they got.
But no matter
You
who
got
you
it.
are. Oh, you thought
guys
you was
heard
a single
Okada?
star? You made your appearance?
Yeah.
Oh no, you were
No.
now.
They just put-
Nah, there's single stars. And there's like
They just put
Oh,
Daddy
Snake
Magic
Files.
with the Kingdom. You
Right,
see that?
Snake
Are you
Files.
serious? Come on
Chris
now.
Statlander.
Daddy Magic is with the Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's just like Ace Austin with the Bang Bang Bullet Club gang. Bang
That's
Bang,
what I'm
what they
saying.
call it? Bang Bang Bullet Club. Yeah,
I don't.
and that's
just-
that's a fraction if you ever seen one. They
I just
say, "Oh,
want Jay White to come
you're
back.
injured." Listen,
That's
everybody
fine.
injured. Just put them all together.
no.
I was actually late because I was joining the Don Callis family.
Exactly.
Oh, you do?
You that
Okay.
76 member?
In the NWO style.
Yeah.
Brother Hugh, talk to
They
us,
ain't
man. I
got
know you
no
just got here.
merch.
I know you just got here. Yeah, no merch.
They don't.
Brother, hey, listen. Hit up
Yeah,
my
no, they
man
merch
Blue
game
so you're
sucks.
aware.
Name
They-
all the
they-
members of the Don Callis family. You'll be here all night.
No, AW merch game sucks, but that's being worked on.
Yeah.
Okay,
facts.
Blue, you got to listen, you got
Hey.
something working that we need to know about for
You know what I'm saying?
I can't say nothing. I won't mess up nothing
Okay.
else
All
yet.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
Brother Hugh,
And I plead the fifth. Go ahead.
what does
I just want
what
a
does
free
WWE what does WWE need to do to bring that balance? And you can also tell the world, what has WWE lost its way in your mind. I know you didn't get a chance to speak, but go ahead because we closing on you. We're doing good on time.
Put them on the
Well,
big screen. Put 'em on
And
the big
Nah. Well, I think I said this before. I feel like WWE is it's an entertainment business, but sometimes it's just too much entertainment. Tone it back,
Yeah.
like Blue said. Let's get
Yeah,
more
he-
wrestling.
he-
Let's
he
get more
mentioned it.
action.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like ever since we've been with TKO, it's been all about simply just the money. And I get it 100%. And I'm taking aspects from all of y'all because you said pretty much spot on what WWE needs to do. They need to balance the roster.
Mm-hmm.
The top half of the roster is all old. They're all
Yeah.
40 plus.
They
Let's be
definitely are.
honest. I didn't notice
I
that
saw
until
that.
I saw a tweet, but what, yesterday? What did I tell you
Yeah.
that, Brandon?
And
Yesterday?
Cody's the
I was like,
youngest
hold
one.
Yeah.
up. They-
Cody's 40.
No, actually, they had Seth Rollins on there. He's 39, I think.
He's
But
knocking
still,
on there.
Jesus.
Exactly.
That-
So I'm like, what?
His
Like,
hairline ain't where it used to be.
so it made me think once again because we talked about this before. Who's next in line?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Who do they have that they built up right now that you can say get rid of all of these guys and have step up and run the business right now?
It's and sell some tickets. Joe Hendry.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Oh,
And put
God.
butts in seats and move the needle.
Exactly. So they need to work on finding that new crop of people. They have a Mello there that's not doing anything. They have a Braun Breaker there that they're basically holding him back. Why? Because you got all the old heads there.
Yes,
still.
they are. They're
You see what I'm
definitely
saying?
like trying to unleash him and then like pulling him back. I'm like, man, at some point he's got to just destroy everybody. Just let him go.
Exactly. So like now you just got to find that balance. You got to find that perfect balance because what we have now is that issue where I'm pretty sure Brandon probably said it earlier. We have a Trick Williams, we have an Obafemi in NXT. What is left for them to do down there?
Don't get me.
You can't bring them to the main roster. Why? Because they ain't
There's
gonna
no
get any
room for 'em.
time.
Yeah.
No PT. So now they just down there just doing a bunch of randomness. Why is Trick
definitely are.
Williams still? Trick Williams just finishes his thing with Ricky Saints. What's next? What's next for Trick Williams?
In the
Bingo.
tournament.
And then okay. And then that's they're trying to slowly introduce the people to the main audience, but it's like you said though, if what made Trick Williams in NXT, he doesn't have the space and the time to do that. We want some Vince McMahon type stuff.
Exactly.
Like you dang near starting over.
Exactly. And that's
He
a
gonna be
major
somebody
issue for them
manager.
right now.
What is he gonna be on the main roster?
Yeah.
There's no bump for
Regulator to
him.
a jobber.
Obafemi has nothing else to do. Now we're gonna fight Ricky Saints again. I'm gonna go back and try to get the bout.
There's no way in the world you can convince me that Ricky Saints is going to can go toe to toe with Obafemi all of a sudden after he beat everybody else. Unless Ricky Saints is a heel. If he's a heel, it makes sense.
Different
'cause now you
story,
got
right?
you know what I'm saying? Because that's he can find some underhanded tactic, which makes sense. Like he did whatever he needed to. But like, they're supposed to go toe to toe now. They're Titans together in the ring. Okay,
Right.
You better off
Right.
doing Trick Williams or Obafemi.
too.
They need to start using that AI. Tell some different stories. Stop recycling these stories.
They
You know what I'm
use
saying?
AI.
That's the problem. They're trying to bring Bobby Lashley back.
Yeah, but I would love to sit here and talk more AEW with Blue, but we don't have time. We gotta respect this man's time.
I'll
We've
come
kept
back
him
one
long
day
enough.
any
Right,
day. You
right.
know.
But
Right.
we got to figure that out because like I said, Blues is our resident AEW guy. That's
is
his
true.
product of choice. So, but there's some things in there that's confusing to me too.
I'm
Though, but
about
I
to
would
join
like to.
Brother Hugh and watch miniature wrestling.
Amen.
Yeah, Brother Hugh
That's
is
where it's
expanding
at.
his space into micros. And
Heavy
so
metal
that's-
Mario.
They got a
Where's that?
micro division down here in Florida.
They do?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, wait a second now.
Oh
They
yeah.
do. They have a micro division.
Hugh
down here. Have you
gas
seen
up the pacer.
commercials?
Hey, bro, look,
That's
I might
the
be
pacer.
back down in
Pacer.
Florida soon. Think daggone right. I'm with it.
Put your toes in the sand. You gonna put your toes back in the sand?
Toes in the sand with some gator bites. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Gator bites
Chilling.
be on point.
I think we did an excellent job as being as civilized as possible we could with this. This was much more professional than I thought it was going to be. Gentlemen, I applaud
Let
you
me
all.
tell you
We
what
are
they need to do. They need to make
we
a
are-
West Side Gun.
listen.
Oh.
Well, yeah, see, we have much. I was about to just compliment our maturity, and then Brian H goes ahead and just goes below the belt. It's fine because you know what? Just as much things change, some
'Cause
things
he's
will stay
heel.
the same.
You
The
about to go to
spirit of
AEW.
the spirit of the realm will always be what it is, no matter what happens next. But in the meantime, follow us on all of our social media platforms at Wrestling Realm. Subscribe to our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube at the Wrestling Realm. Follow Championship Culture on Instagram at Championship Culture _ Go back on YouTube.com/Wrestling Realm. Playlist Championship Culture to watch all the episodes of season 1, 2, 3, 4, and the bonus episodes. And I'm sure there's plenty to come. Blue, tell the people where they can find you, where they can reach you. What else can they do to keep up with you for your wear, as well as the Brainbuster Battle Royal moving forward.
As always, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Blue Magic Grind, spell how it sound. You can follow us on X and Instagram at BB Battle Royal, on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook at Brainbuster Battle Royal. We got a new episode showing up tomorrow. It's gonna be Dan versus Nate, two fans going at it to see who's going to the next quarterfinals. And then Sunday we have the realness, Dwayne Allen versus DJ Nels as the last 1v1 of the before we deal with the Will of Fate and then go on to the quarterfinals. So make sure you check us out every Sunday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Sorry, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch and on YouTube. You also can follow us with merch at For Your Wear, FORURWEAR. Gonna be very active because I took almost a year, like this year off. I'm about to be very active in the closing months. We have a special announcement coming. I have a project I've been working with somebody right now.
Oh boy.
With when they're ready to announce it, we'll announce it. So that's coming up as well for Your Wear. And then going into 2026, going to be very active. We're going to have season 2 of Brainbuster Battle Royal. For Your Wear presents Brainbuster Battle Royal. So For Your Wear is going to be a lot more active in the coming months. And yeah, just follow us everywhere you can.
That is dope, ladies and gentlemen, brother Blue. I appreciate you joining us on this episode, man. We definitely appreciate you coming on, man. You've been amazing. Looking forward to all the stuff of your continued success, especially with the Brainbuster Battle Royal and For Your Wear. Man, listen, we definitely got to do this again. There's plenty to talk about, especially when it comes to some AEW stuff. But we thank you. We definitely appreciate your time. We appreciate you joining us today. But like I said, everybody, until next time, wrestling fans, as we always say, stay wrestling fans, stay safe. Excuse me, all that good jazz. And we are out. We'll see you next time. So be safe, enjoy yourselves, and I'm assuming we'll be back next week. So we out of here. Peace.
Houston, we have a problem.
For all exclusive shows and bonus material, subscribe to our Patreon channel at patreon.com/thewrestling_realm. You can watch all of our Wrestling Realm content anytime on youtube.com/thewrestling realm.